Hello, thank you very much for watching today. I just wanted to send a message out to the troops. It's been a while. Um, Thank you for your service to the world, and you have my gratitude, sincerest respect for what you're undergoing. And also, I wanted to share something with you. You know, the ancient Romans thought that sometimes God could show them things in the sky. And to those of you with no faith, that might sound far-fetched. But actually, there's a lot of truth in it. Funny thing is, I told you I'm a witness. I'm a witness to God. I know there is a God. I've seen His power. I've seen Him appear. I've seen His face in the sun. Yeah. I know there are people out there who are not um, willing to have an open mind about religion. And however, it's just our job to let them know the difference. Do not get mad at anyone for not understanding, for they have not experienced the things that you know in your heart to be true. With that being said, let me share some things with you. Romans 6:14. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law but under grace. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? Certainly not. Do you not know that to whom you present yourselves slaves to obey, you are that one slave whom you obey, whether of sin leading to death or of obedience leading to righteousness? God's law. God has a lot of laws, just basic good moral standards of behavior. And one of the greatest laws of all that God has is thou shalt not kill. That being said, I urge anyone wishing to do evil to the troops to heed God's words. Keep in mind, no man is above God. You are not above God. Your leaders are not above God. There is no prince, no mortal soul, no king, no one above God. If you really want to serve God's purpose, it is within your power to not kill and to lay down your arms and create a new world. This is not just something to be taken lightly. One thing you have to understand, I have witnessed God's power. I know there is a God. And the other day, the funny thing was, it's about 8:30 p.m. at this place where two rivers meet. To the right of that, it's getting dark. The clouds came in. Almost as if waves in the sky. And there was an opening in the clouds. I mean, sometimes you see rays of light of things when the sun gets behind clouds, and you see some normal things sometimes. But this was rather unique. I looked up at the sky, and there was openings of light. And the sky was kind of rippled, almost like waves in an ocean. And the patterns of the clouds were above like ripples, like waves in the ocean. And I looked up there, and there was light coming through. To the left, to the right, down, and up. Like almost like this to the like the side image of a cross, like light appearing around the side of the cross. And the unique thing about this was, it was a little bit dark. There was a little bit of shadier image, which could be construed as be Jesus' body. To the right, you know, where you could picture the cross to be, in the shadows of the light coming through. There was an image, possibly a head down a little bit like this, and a body towards the right of the image. And there was this little circular thing of clouds, almost like a wreath. I mean, if you were to look at this little group of clouds, where the head would be a little bit forward, it was in a round circle, not a perfect circle, but like kind of shaped like this, kind of like a smaller circle on one end, or a slightly bigger circle on the other end, like possibly where a wreath of thorns could be. And like I said, I wasn't thinking much of it at first. The funny thing was, though, when I saw this, guess what I was reading? I was reading Romans, Book of Psalms. I was reading Romans 6, 18 and 19. And let's see, Romans, what was that? 5:18. Therefore, as though one man's offense, judgment came to all men, resulting in condemnation. Even so, through one man's righteous act, the free gift came to all men, resulting in justification of life. And what's that talking about? It's talking about where God gave His only Son, Jesus Christ, for our sins. And I don't know about you, but it's a very powerful statement. That's God gave His only Son, Jesus Christ, for civilization, for people to live. That people will not receive God's grace if they will not do right by God. That is their punishment. They will not experience the peace and love of Jesus Christ without accepting Him. That is the true will of God. It is not God's will to kill anyone, to have nations killing nations. In light of this, I urge all manner of soldiers, organizations, anyone willing to hurt the troops, urge them all to raise a white flag. Say you love God. I think it's time. Everyone raise a white flag above your location. And then I ask the generals in the area to keep this as a sign of acknowledgement of a new era. Afghanistan can have a new beginning. There are ways to benefit the economy which can be put in place. There are legal ways to earn a living. There does not have to be bloodshed. Terrorism is a world problem. I urge any enemy soldiers in Afghanistan to lay down their weapons, not as just a surrender, but as a sign that peace will begin to exist. There does not need to be any more killing of soldiers, civilians, anyone in the area. It's time for a new world order. Please heed these words. These are not my words. These are words from God. This is what God would want us to do. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great day. And I hope the world can live in peace and learn from examples of peaceful leaders, and true world peace can exist.